Good morning. How are you? Here's part 2 of our lesson. I moved places so that you could see our buddy Elmo. Here he is. He's kind of hiding. You know how he likes to sleep in all the plants and everything? So guess what I've had to be? The fish feeder. Brendan and Sean, my boys, have had to be the fish feeder too. So let's see if we can get Elmo to come up and eat. Let's see. Remember how we put our fingers up top? Whoop, here he comes. Do you see him? He's hungry. He's hungry. Let's see if we can get him to eat some breakfast. Cool. Let's see. Oh, he just ate. You know he's a very hungry fishy, our Elmo. There he is. You see him? Perfect. There he is. Say hi, Elmo. All right, Brendan's going to back up now and get us all settled because I'm going to read you a story. All right, Brendan, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So this story, we've been reading all about spring books so far this week. So today I'm going to be reading you another story, and this one is pretty special. The reason why this story is so special is because it actually has real pictures in it that somebody took with a camera. And they're going to show us all about things that happen in the spring. So this story is called When Spring Comes. Spirits soar when spring comes. A sweet fresh breeze blows. Bright shades of green decorate winter's bare trees. Farmers plow or burn off last year's stubble to get the earth ready for planting. Spring is a time to sow seeds, so there'll be crops later next year. Rain and melting snow make spring waters rush. The season's warm days and cool nights mean maple sap can rise and be tapped. This is where we get the syrup for our pancakes, right from a tree. Amazing. Do you remember seeing these flowers on our playground a couple weeks ago? Remember we were coming in from playground time and we walked up to where the planting beds are and we saw these flowers. So these flowers are called crocuses and they peek their heads above the ground when spring comes. Do they look familiar? Gardeners turn the soil so last year's bulbs will return to flower. Animals big and small are born in springtime. A baby horse is called a foal, and she is with her mom. A mother duck seems to say, "Make way for the ducklings." After a long winter, boats need sanding, bricks need pointing, and roofs need mending. Fixing and cleaning, tightening and airing are spring tasks to repair and renew. Look at all these things that people are doing in the springtime. Wonderful. When the world turns green and flowery again, a blossom is enough to inspire a painting. Look at this artist. He's painting some irises. They're gorgeous. Matzah is a part of every Passover Seder when families gather to retell an ancient story. Bonnets and bunnies appear at Easter, and it is time to hunt for eggs. April showers bring delays and May flowers. Look at all these beautiful signs of spring. We see flowers. These are called cherry blossoms. These are all different kinds of flowers. I'm not sure which those are, but they're beautiful. Dandelions bloom in the spring. And when spring comes, birds return from winter homes and busily build nests, while people look on. On May Day, there's dancing and maypoles and music and sunshine. It seems that all the world celebrates spring. Tradition has it that spring is a time for love to blossom and be affirmed. As the season nears its end, the hot weather approaches, and we mark Memorial Day to honor those who served our country. Spring makes us ready for the seasons to come. Roll on summer. So right now, we're in the season of spring. And I know some of you sent me pictures of things that you saw in spring. And yesterday, another friend sent me a picture of something that he saw in spring. Alex showed me showed me, his mommy sent me pictures of him pointing to a tree that had flowers in them. So today, I've planned something super duper special for us. Today is Flashback Thursday. And I am going to show you some pictures of things that we did at school that were so fun this year. So, you ready to settle in and see? How is that, Brendan? Good? You zoom in?
Yeah.
So do you remember what we were doing here? What were we doing here? We were doing an apple investigation, and we were seeing if apples sank or float. And we figured out that apples float. That was a long time ago. What are we doing here? Can you see everybody? What are we doing here? We went pumpkin picking. Yep, that's what we were doing here. What were we doing here? We went trick-or-treating at our Trunk or Treat. Wasn't that so fun? You guys all dressed up in your Halloween costumes? I loved that day. Oh, and some of our friends were here on this day. This was our Thanksgiving celebration. Remember we went downstairs into the gym and you all had on those super cute turkey hats? And we colored the pages and we all had snack together and we sang songs. Whoop, and look at who's here. Do you see? There's Miss Michaela. And there's Mrs. Lopez too. Goodness, that was a fun day. What did we do here? Do you remember? This was at Christmas time. What were we doing? We were hanging our gorgeous pine cone ornaments on the tree. Do you remember that? So fun. It was such a great day. Let's see. Where are we now? I took a picture of you. Where were we? We were in chapel. We love going to chapel, don't we? And singing and dancing and praying to God. It's one of my favorite days. Let's see what else I have. Oh, do you know what this day was? This is the day when we had pretzels. We read the Eric Carle book, The Baker, and we baked hot pretzels. That was a really good day. I loved that day. Oh, look at all my silly friends. Can you see? Look at all my silly friends. What day was that? Do you remember? You guys are dressed so silly. That was our wacky Wednesday when Mrs. Kavanaugh and her boys, Sean and Brendan, moved the whole classroom around so it didn't look anything like it normally does. Look at you guys are eating snack on the rug. That's so silly. Oh, what are we doing here? I see a bowl and I see eggs. Do you remember what we were doing here? We were making green eggs and ham that day. And we decided whether green eggs or yellow eggs, if they tasted different. That was a fun day too. I really enjoyed that. And here we are, eating our eggs, right? We had so much fun eating our eggs, didn't we? And there's Miss Michaela and Mrs. Lopez. We had so much fun. So those are our pictures that I wanted to show you from Flashback Thursday, because today is Thursday. So I flashed back and I found all these pictures on my iPad to show you. So next week I'll do the same thing. Now I'm going to be sending your mommy and daddies this paper here, so I wanted to show it to you. So this is a pattern paper, and I know that you guys have gotten very good and are pattern experts now, aren't you? You are, I know, because you do the calendar with me. We've made pattern Dr. Seuss hats. We've done tons of things with patterns, and I know you're a pattern expert. So I thought you would like to show your moms and dads what an expert you are making patterns. So let me show you how you're going to do this. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to use your scissors, and there's a little scissor here, and you're going to cut off. Let me show you. So I want to remind you how you use your scissors. Do you remember how to use them? Do you remember that your thumb goes in the round hole and your two pointer and middle fingers go in here? So we do this, and we don't go thumbs down, we go thumbs up. And we make sure this is how we hold our scissors. We hold up our paper like this, and you're going to cut the whole strip, the whole bottom off. After you cut this bottom off, you're then going to cut each picture and you're going to create a pattern. So let's look at our pattern. The first pattern is tulip flower, tulip flower. What comes next? If you said tulip, you're right, and you're going to take your glue or your tape, whatever you have at home, and you're going to put it here. Let's look at our next pattern. Butterfly bunny, butterfly bunny. What comes next? If you said butterfly, you are right. And remember, we say our patterns out loud or in our heads because that helps us remember what comes next. Let's look at the next one. Flower, butterfly, flower, butterfly. What comes next? Flower, right? The beautiful flower. And last we have umbrella, raindrop, umbrella, raindrop. What comes next? If you said umbrella, you're going to put it there. When you're all done getting your pattern set, you can color these in any way you want because I know that not only are you pattern experts now, you're also coloring experts. And I've seen way less scribble scrabbling and a lot more coloring that we've been doing. So you may color these in too. And if you want to send me a picture of you making your pattern or tell me how you enjoyed it, you are more than welcome to do that too. Okay? So don't forget to do your patterns. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye, friends.